Hey, I'm Bearcon.
Bacon.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
How do you spell bacon?
So it's Berkan. It's actually right there. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Turkish. Yeah. So we watched the movie yesterday, and we loved it. It was such a warm family film, which there aren't a lot of new ones and original ones coming out recently. I kept feeling like you guys would pull things off that was just so creatively fun. What was it like, kind of having that process?
Oh man, well it's all on the page, right? So it's we had a great time writing it. Toby and I, the UK writer I work with, who did Come to Daddy as well, and we kind of just wanted a odd and endearing and road movie, basically set in the wilderness was the idea. It's like a strange buddy movie, and it's like, who are the two buddies? Let's make them a dysfunctional dad and his estranged daughter. What's his role going to be? How about a washed-up illusionist? Someone who still has the surface accoutrements of someone whose star might have shone very brightly, but now it kind of looks sad, out of the elements of Vegas bars and things, and just where's the best place on earth to put that guy? The deep south of New Zealand. It was just all these things that kind of just felt really fun and natural in terms of getting all the elements together. And then we found, Nell Fisher, who's just the best Mildred, to play
so
the daughter.
Good.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Now she's in Stranger Things. She's going to be massive, so glad we got her.
Yeah, she blew our minds for sure. And Elijah, what kind of drew you to that character?
The complexity of him, this guy who presents as the sort of artifice of his past, but he sort of isn't that person anymore. He's actually a failure, but he's sort of trying to present to his daughter this sort of heroic magician or illusionist that's come to save the day. And he's none of those things. And there's actually a lot of vulnerability there, a lot of fear. And a character that kind of starts that way and sort of starts to crumble, there's a lot to work with. It's really fun. And the absurdity of the costume, the visage that he's so desperately is trying to hold on to is just hilarious and fun to play with.
Magic is a way to, as an analogy, is surface level impressions.
Yeah.
People who hold on to that. He used to obviously win people over just with a trick, and he got through so much of life by doing that. And it's how we all are, right? We always try and put a mask on, put our best thing. We do one thing really well. But you strip it all away, then what is it?
Yeah.
So it's a discovery movie for him and for her. They're both trying to find themselves, and along the way they'll find each other and hopefully bond.
Yeah. Well, so on our page, I tend to blow up because I have bad movie opinions, but my bad movie opinions are defending movies that may not always be loved by everybody.
Right.
So I want to know, do you guys have that movie that may not be popular, but you will defend it forever?
Yeah, people used to call them guilty pleasures, and there's a whole other discussion about whether that term actually is good or bad. Because you shouldn't feel guilty about something that you
love,
right?
yeah.
But no, I'm always recommending things. I love things that slip through the gaps that are overlooked. These days, there's all these great things that come to streamers that miss entire audiences, and no one talks about them as cultural moments. I just saw Reptile, that Benicio del Toro one on Netflix, I think it is. It's phenomenal. It's such a cool film. There's ways that I can see it would alienate certain audiences, but I don't know. I could talk all day, man, about films that people think are terrible that I absolutely love. It's endless. I did a film festival devoted to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Awesome.
Kind of the Incredibly Strange. It's kind of it's sort of built around that aspect. I used to hate people laughing at bad cinema because I felt it was they felt they were above it.
Right.
And I was never about that. It was always about, you're above us. We're just worshiping you, and if you provide some mirth.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Nothing comes to mind. I'm sure there's a million films that I love that aren't derided, but I also feel the same. You know, that there are these so-called bad movies that we look culturally people look down on or something. And they're all like, if you look at them from a certain angle, they're all earnestness and love and hard work.
There's the obvious misfire ones, like Congo, you know, with the talking Amy. I mean, that film, a star-studded film, complete misfire. One of my favourite experiences with The Happening.
Oh, The Happening.
Absolutely terrible film on every level. Well directed, but terrible idea. It's like Wind is the on-screen villain. It's just a stupid film, but kind of fun and super entertaining. So
Super fun.
It succeeds on its own.
Yeah.
But I've got like there's hundreds of those.
For sure.